The scene opens in the home of Rachel and Alvy, our main characters, showcasing their life deeply intertwined with AI technologies. Rachel, a professional and leader in her field, heads to her office where she leads a presentation on the latest AI development, cognitive assistant AIs named Mashas. Shortly after her presentation, Rachel is called into the HR director's office and informed about her promotion. The HR director also encourages Rachel and Alvy to consider starting a family, highlighting the Womb Center, a provider of artificial wombs that has become popular recently. The company offers to cover the down payment for the couple if they decide to conceive using this technology. Back in her office, Rachel's Masha schedules a NaturePod session for her lunch break. During this session, she finds herself dreaming of holding a baby on a beach, reflecting her subconscious desires. Later that day, Rachel discusses with her colleague Alice about securing a spot at the Womb Center. Alice is thrilled and suggests celebrating, but Rachel confesses she hasn't told Alvy they were on the wait list. Rachel's apprehension comes from Alvy's desire for a natural child, a concern she later discusses with her AI therapist, Eliza. Eliza reassures her that a baby grown in an artificial pod is no less natural than one born from a human uterus. After some days, Rachel attends the Womb Center tour alone. The clients are shown a video by the Pegasus founder, who explains his motivation for starting the company: to allow women to have successful careers without the physical demands of pregnancy, and to address the declining birth rate in first world countries. Linda, the Womb Center director, then guides the clients through the facility. In the incubation room, Linda introduces the clients to a pod containing a developing baby. She demonstrates how parents can use their phones or tablets to expose the baby to various audio media and choose different flavors to feed the baby, ensuring the child won't be a picky eater. A client inquires about the pod's autonomy when disconnected from the base, and Linda explains it can be separated for up to 48 hours, allowing parents to travel with it. Rachel asks if the baby can hear the outside world while in there, and Linda confirms, encouraging parents to talk to their child even when it's in the pod. After Rachel's visit to the Womb Center, Linda asks her for a deposit to confirm her interest in using their services for pregnancy. That evening, Alvy discovers a notification about an $8,700 deposit and wonders if they should report a spam transaction to the bank. However, Rachel reveals that she was the one who transferred the money for the artificial womb procedure after touring the Womb Center. Confused, Alvy admits he's unaware of what she's talking about. Rachel then confesses that she had put them on a waitlist the previous year, never expecting a callback. Alvy is visibly upset that Rachel made such a significant decision without his knowledge or consent, especially since he prefers a natural childbearing process. Despite his disappointment, Rachel explains she did it out of her desire to have a baby with him. Alvy, understanding her intentions, embraces her, indicating his forgiveness. To alleviate Alvy's concerns, Rachel suggests they talk to their friends Alice and Ben, who have experience with the pod pregnancy process. The following evening, Ben demonstrates his pod carrier to Rachel and Alvy, while Alice discusses the benefits of pod pregnancies, emphasizing the equal childcare responsibilities it enables for couples. Back at their apartment, Alvy expresses his unease about the artificiality of the pod, but Rachel reassures him that what matters is the baby's perception of it as a real womb. Alvy wishes he could carry the baby himself, to which Rachel reminds him that Ben carried their baby in a carrier. However, Alvy still feels rushed into the decision. Rachel warns that they might lose their spot at the Womb Center if they delay. She suggests he talks to their AI therapist, Eliza, for guidance. During the therapy session with Eliza, Alvy argues with the AI, skeptical of its ability to understand human emotions and problems due to its lack of a soul. After the session, he lies to Rachel, claiming he had a productive conversation with Eliza. At a restaurant, Alvy continues to express his concerns about the pod baby, leading Rachel to say they don't have to proceed if it means constant arguing. However, after making love that night, Alvy has a change of heart, influenced by seeing how much it means to Rachel. The next day, the couple meets Linda at the Womb Center. The couple nervously watches the fertilization process, and Linda narrates each step. Following the successful procedure, Linda congratulates them. Shortly afterward, they are shown the zygote in a canister. Over the next few days, Rachel monitors the baby's progress through her gadgets and feeds the child. Alvy, attempting to initiate intimacy one night, is politely asked by Rachel for some time, as she's preoccupied with the baby. The following day, Rachel invites Alvy to listen to the baby, but he declines, noting it's too early to hear anything. Later, At the incubation room, Rachel inquires about seeing their baby, but the nurse explains the embryo is kept in complete darkness until the first heartbeat is detected. Rachel and Alvy's journey through futuristic parenthood continues to unfold with deep emotional complexity. Rachel experiences a vivid dream where she undergoes a C-section and gives birth to an egg, symbolizing her anxieties and mixed feelings about the artificial pregnancy. The next day, she confides in her AI therapist, Eliza, about her strange dreams. Eliza reminds her that dreams are not always reliable sources for analysis, underscoring the impersonal nature of AI counseling. Weeks later, the couple is allowed to take their baby's pod home for 2 weeks. Once it reaches 6 months of gestation, they have an intimate moment, opening the tiny viewing window to gaze at the growing embryo, a symbol of their future child. As months pass, Alvy sees the baby's room that Rachel has decorated. He suggests adding a live plant to bring a natural element, but Rachel prefers a holographic version, indicating a growing disconnect between their views on nature and technology. A heated discussion ensues when Rachel mentions selling Alvy's property on Shell Island. Rachel's curiosity about traditional pregnancy grows as she encounters a pregnant woman at the public pool who lets her feel her baby kicking. This experience contrasts starkly with her own pod-based pregnancy. That evening, Rachel brings the baby's pod into their living room, hoping to bond with it in their home environment. The couple transfers the pod to their bedroom, but Alvy finds it uncomfortable to be intimate with the pod in the room. He almost drops it while moving it to the nursery, leading to a tense moment where he expresses his concerns about overly protecting their child. The couple is startled one night by a noise from the pod. Alvy accuses Rachel of neglecting to feed the baby, prompting a reminder from her that they share equal responsibility. The next day, they visit a private school run by the Pegasus Company, where they learn that some babies born from pods don't dream. Linda assures the parents that this lack of dreaming serves no evolutionary purpose and is not a concern. Alvy, working in his apartment greenhouse, is alerted by the pod's low food supply. He replenishes it and allows the baby to listen to whale sounds, opening the window to see the child. At her office, Rachel's productivity is noted to have decreased, a sign of her preoccupation with the pod and impending motherhood. In the following weeks, Alvy becomes deeply involved with the pod, carrying it around the city and reading aloud to the baby. However, his passion for real nature is challenged when his boss announces plans to downsize the greenhouse and replace real plants with holograms. This decision deeply upsets Alvy. Rachel, on the other hand, struggles with her role as a mother-to-be. She cleans the pod and finds dirt, leading her to express concerns to her friend Alice about Alvy's care of the pod. Alice reassures her that Alvy is simply excited to be a father. Rachel continues to grapple with her feelings, dreaming about a missing pod and seeing herself pregnant in the mirror, reflecting her inner conflict about the artificial pregnancy process. Alvy shares books from his mother about attachment therapy, emphasizing the importance of bonding with the baby, while Rachel argues for the detachment that the pod allows. Their differing views on parenting lead them to another session with Eliza, where Rachel expresses her difficulties in bonding with the pod and questions her readiness for motherhood. In an attempt to connect with the baby, Rachel carries the pod around in public, but feels self-conscious about people's perceptions. One day, Rachel brings the pod to a work meeting, drawing concerned comments from her colleague Alice. Alice warns Rachel that HR might disapprove of her bringing the pod to work. To help her, Alice shows Rachel a small room where other employees keep their pods during work hours. Later, Rachel realizes she is late for a workshop at the womb center. After attending the workshop, the couple returns their pod to the incubation room. Rachel expresses a wish to spend more time with the pod, highlighting her growing emotional attachment to their unborn child. In the following days, both Rachel and Alvy feel a profound sense of loneliness due to the pod's absence, reflecting their deepening bond with the baby. Rachel's longing for a more traditional maternal experience manifests in a dream where she holds a baby while walking on a beach. Motivated by this dream, she goes to the apartment greenhouse the next day and brings a live plant into the nursery, much to Alvy's delight, symbolizing a reconciliation of their differing views on nature and technology. However, Rachel faces challenges at work. The HR director speaks to her about her decreased productivity, raising concerns about potential depression, which Rachel denies. During a meeting with Linda at the womb center, they learn that their baby's birth must be induced at 39 weeks, due to high demand for the pods. When Rachel inquires about keeping the pod at home until birth, Linda points out that the contract they signed forbids this. In a decisive moment, Alvy tells Rachel to wait outside the womb center while he sneakily retrieves their pod from the nursery, acting against the facility's rules. Inspired by a dream, Rachel suggests going to Shell Island to give birth to their baby, preferring their child's first moments to be in a natural setting rather than the clinical environment of the womb center. Alvy discusses their plan with Linda, who cautions against a home birth and informs them they would need a self-generated birth code to open the pod. Undeterred, the couple heads to Shell Island, choosing to spend the last days in a serene cabin by the beach. Their plans hit a bad luck when Rachel discovers the pod's base isn't turning on, indicating that the womb center has remotely cut off their access. Alvy reassures Rachel, reminding her of the pod's 48-hour autonomy. When the pod signals that the baby is ready, they struggle to open it, as the conception date doesn't work as a birth code. In a moment of panic, Alvy breaks open the pod, and Rachel wraps their newborn in a towel, both of them gazing lovingly at their child. The next day, Rachel returns the empty pod to the womb center via the post office. She then returns to the cabin, contentedly lying down next to her child and husband. The movie concludes on this powerful impression of the couple's journey through unconventional parenthood, challenging societal norms and the balance between technology and natural human experiences. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our video. Watch the next recaps on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.